All right, everybody, here we are once again. We are with Chevy Dodd. We've seen you quite a bit because we do got a lot of new stuff coming up from Portal Games.
Yes.
And this is another one of them. We have now the 5th faction for Imperial settlers, the Atlanteans. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut up and just kind of let him explain who are the Atlanteans, what makes them so special.
So the Atlanteans, just like history, vanished from play. So none of your Atlanteans faction buildings are worth any points at the end of the game. They are sunk into the ocean and are gone. So the main portion of the game for the Atlanteans is migrating onto land. So common buildings become extremely important for this faction because you're not going to score any points at the end of the game. So you got to score your points throughout the game. And the way we're going to do that is by using technology. The Atlanteans bring 3 new resources into the game: golden gears and golden gears, the ones that are gold, and silver gears. And these gears are used to buff the abilities of common buildings. So the Atlanteans can use gears on a common building just like a shield. It does not cost an action. You plop it down on the building. That building is now upgraded. For a production building, a silver gear means that that building produces twice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
For a feature building, that means when that feature triggers, it triggers twice.
Okay.
And for an action
Don't
building...
tell me twice.
No, not exactly. You can use it one more time.
Okay.
So in this case, I picked one that says, if you can be used twice with a gear on it, you can now use it 3 times.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
So it just adds one more.
So 1 additional time.
Yeah. In addition, so the silver gears are the meat of what you're going to get. Your production board has a gear on it. You also notice that the Atlanteans do not get any raise tokens. They're peaceful people, and the Atlanteans get 1 shield for each player in the game. So they get the ability to protect their common buildings.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. Seems how they're really making themselves vulnerable. It almost seems like that they build to become vulnerable.
They definitely become very vulnerable. They become a target, and they can avoid being a target with the extra shields, but also there are ways for them to spend their silver gears to turn them into golden gears. And there are 2 different types of golden gear. So each common building can have 1 of each type, so a maximum of 3 gears. And the 2 different gears are 1 that provides a permanent shield. Put it on the building.
Nice.
Now has a permanent shield. The second one, any guesses?
I think that's a victory point, bud.
Yes, but it provides victory points when that building is used. So every time this building produces, you get a victory point.
See, I was expecting maybe at the end of the game. Now it would be worth 2.
Anytime this feature triggers, you get a victory point. And anytime this action triggers.
But you're not getting them from faction buildings. You got to get it from some other way.
But
so
we've got things. So think about this. We can use this 3 times around now. So 3 times around, I can score 3 points off of that card. And if I have something like the Glass Giant in play, the Glass Giant introduces a new type of card that must be unlocked in order to be used. So this giant requires you to spend a silver gear and a person, and it turns into a feature building.
Oh, neat.
That says each time you score with a common building, you score +1 point.
Okay.
So, for instance, this guy now is scoring his 6 points a round.
Woo! Nice. Okay, I like that.
So
I like it.
It's a very combo-rific faction.
Woo! This seems like it's going to take a little getting used to. This is different. This is very different.
It is an extremely different way of playing the game. It is definitely. I would not recommend you give this to a brand new player and say, "Hey, let's play the Atlanteans."
Yeah, we thought it was tough playing with the Japanese faction right off the gate. I mean,
yeah, we heard a lot of that. It is a different faction, but it's not necessarily any harder to play. It just requires a little more trickery, and you got to pay attention. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, which turns this into that, and keep going. We also introduced things, because you said the Atlanteans become this huge target, we have cards like this. So when you are raised, you can get stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've got that target on your back, so when you're raised, you're going to get some extra bonuses from that stuff.
This is certainly thinking outside the box. I mean, really, I like this whole concept. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. When are we going to be able to expect to be able to play with the Atlanteans?
This is Gen Con 2015 and available in retail shortly thereafter.
Okay, and what all is going to be inside the box other than just the 5th faction?
You're going to have the 30 cards from the 5th faction, the tokens, the player board. There's also going to be 10 Atlanteans cards that are compatible with Why Can't We Be Friends?
Okay.
Production stuff. There's going to be 10 cards for each of the base factions that are compatible with the Atlanteans. And there will be some common cards and a couple of solo player cards.
Awesome.
And then additionally, the other factions can't use gears the same way that the Atlanteans use gears.
Well, it's specific to their faction.
Correct. And
Awesome.
for the other factions, they're just a resource.
Awesome.
And so, cards that allow you to spend.
Well, thanks a lot, Chevy. Hey, man, that's 3 games we knocked out today. Not too shabby, right?
That's pretty great. Thanks for having me.
All right, bye-bye.